Welcome. I am Tracy Browning, Executive Director of Ascension Parish Tourism Commission, and I welcome you all here in honor of National Tourism Week. Ascension Parish offers a gumbo of all the cultures unique to the South. Our food, festivals, architecture, and history all reflect our way of life, which we are so proud to share with our visitors. Our parish is one of those unique parishes that extends on both the east and west banks of the mighty Mississippi River and is a great stopping point between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Ascension Parish, with a population of over 121,000 and growing, covers approximately 300 square miles. 20% lies on the historic West Bank, encompassing Donaldsonville, Bayou Lafourche, and Louisiana Highway 1, sometimes called the longest Main Street. The remaining 80% lies on the East Bank and includes Gonzales, Prairieville, and Sorrento. Interstate 10 and U.S. Highway 61 serves as its major thoroughfares, which makes it very accessible to our parish. Ascension Parish has over 1,600 hotel rooms, with 2 new hotels under construction and over 50 bed and breakfast rooms. Visitors who come to Ascension Parish enjoy many things, including Homa's House Plantation, with 8 acres of gardens, 21 cottages, and 3 restaurants. Historic Donaldsonville, once the state's capital, for those avid history buffs who love culture and architecture, including the River Road African American Museum. Tanger Outlet, with over 60 name brand stores, with Louisiana tax-free for international shoppers. The Cajun Village, which is old homes converted into specialty shops, home of 2 live alligators, Big Boy and Nubby, and a coffee house where you can get cafe au lait and beignets anytime. Great family-friendly events and festivals here at Lamar Dixon Expo Center, which Kyle will tell you about a little bit more later. Because Ascension Parish has so much to offer, according to the University of New Orleans Hospitality Research, the 2016 tourism industry has impacted Ascension Parish with over $154 million in tourism expenditures, which generated $19.8 million in state and local taxes, and it created over 2,190 jobs. If it were not for the state and local taxes paid by the tourists visiting Ascension Parish, each household would pay an additional $236 in taxes. We are a part of the Chaffalaya Heritage Trail and 2 Louisiana byways, so visitors can travel on a more leisurely journey on the back roads and learn more about our area. We are Jambalaya capital of the world. Gonzales has hosted one of the longest running festivals, the Jambalaya Festival, celebrating its 50th year on Memorial Day weekend in just a few weeks. The Ascension Hot Air Balloon Festival has grown to over 50,000 in attendance, held here on the grounds at Lamar Dixon Expo Center. There is no shortage of things to attend in our parish. July 3rd fireworks, Avenue Evening Strolls, Sunshine Festival, Awesome Art on the Bayou, and so many more other events throughout the year. We also invite you to eat local during our own restaurant week called Taste of Ascension, where you can enjoy fixed price menus for 2 weeks in July. Menus will be found on tasteofascension.com. You can also check it on our calendar of events on our website at tourascension.com. And sign up for our monthly newsletter to get the latest events and fabulous recipes. Tour Ascension is also accessible on social media, so like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. At this time, please allow me to introduce Ascension Parish President Kenny Matassa.
Thank you, Ms. Browning. Ms. Browning does a great job for Ascension Parish, and I think she's been there 5 years. Really, really fine job, her and her staff. Let's give her another hand. I want to welcome the Lieutenant Governor Nungesser to Ascension Parish. Mr. Nungesser has been a great friend to tourism industry and a great advocate on my behalf. He does know where Ascension Parish is. I promise you, he's here all of the time, and we appreciate everything he does for Ascension. We have many exciting attractions in Ascension that I always invite all our visitors and guests to enjoy. You know, I'm just going to echo some of them that Ms. Browning had brought up. We have the crown jewel of the Mississippi River Plantation, which is the Homeless House in Dara. Mr. Kelly has done a great job, and he is a great advocate for Ascension Parish. We have historical Donaldsonville, home of Fort Butler and the River Road African American Museum. We have prime shopping at Tanger Outlet Mall in Gonzales. We have wonderful restaurants, great festivals like the Jambalaya Festival. We even have a film industry in Ascension Parish. Our proudest offering to our people of Ascension Parish and of Louisiana, however, is right here at Lamar Dixon Expo Center. This year, Lamar Dixon will host over 300 events highlighting music, festivals, shopping, agriculture shows, animal shows, entertainment for all the kids, and so much more. At the beginning of my term, I brought a world-class management team to Lamar Dixon, led by Mr. Kyle Rogers. And we have excelled in meeting high standards and preserving the legacy of Bill and Mary Lee Dixon. I want to thank again Mr. Nungesser for coming to Ascension Parish, and please never forget the value of Lamar Dixon to Louisiana. Thank you.
Now we'll hear from Kyle Rogers, the General Manager of Lamar Dixon Expo Center.
Thank you, and welcome to Lamar Dixon. We're glad to have you guys here. There's not too many days of the year that we don't have something going on, and thank you so much for being here. A little bit over a year ago, when President Matassa took over Ascension Parish, he shared with me a dream. He shared with me a goal of his to showcase the parish that he's so proud of, the parish that he grew up in. And he talked about the plantations, and he talked about Lamar and the equestrian events, the sporting events, the consumer shows, the family shows, the concerts, the festivals. And he talked about all these things, and he said, Kyle, we have to have more of it. We have to bring these people in. We have to showcase what I see and what I'm proud of. And he has given us the opportunity and the tools to do that, and to do that at a rapid pace. Lamar Dixon has proudly extended our event calendar to over 150% of where it was a year ago today. These events, they bring in hundreds of thousands of visitors to our parish that would have never came otherwise. The other thing they do, guys, is they capture a tourism dollar that nobody really thinks of, and that's our locals. That's our citizens, our residents. Because if they can go to a show here, if they can go to a concert, an equestrian event, or the rodeo or the festival, that's dollars they're spending here that they would have spent maybe in Baton Rouge, or they may have spent in Lake Charles. So capturing that, that's a real number for us. And being able to provide that quality of entertainment is something that we're very proud to do, very proud to do. And one of our goals, and President Matassa tasked me with, was to bring in events of world-class caliber. Bring in things that will get us noticed, not just statewide or locally or regionally, nationally, but on a world scale. And that's what we're hoping to do with some of the festivals we have coming, with some of the sporting events that we have, the $5 million+ multi-use sporting complex being built, a festival ground that's footprint is 4 acres larger than Jazz Fest. We have 250 acres of unlimited event space, and we've done that. We've brought in events, and we have events booked that are televised, live, and taped. We have events that will sell tickets to all 50 states, multiple countries. We are showcasing not only Lamar Dixon, but we are showcasing Ascension Parish. The guy you're going to hear from next we're showcasing him. We're showcasing Joey Tomplay. We're showcasing Saks Western Store. That's the jewels. When you can walk in there, it's like coming home. And that's what we want everybody to experience when they come to Ascension Parish. They want them to walk in and let the kids run around and see the lizards and the rabbits and the snakes and whatever else I don't want to go see, and or go get a new hat, and and the events that we bring in do that. And one of those is the LSU State Livestock Show, that we have 500 just amazing families living on site here through their RVs or through the hotels, and they're here for a week, 9 days, eating here, sleeping here. They're part of us. They're part of our family. And that's what we want to continue to grow, and that's what we want to showcase. And if Lamar Dixon can bring that to Ascension Parish and generate that kind of memory, I think we've done a good job, and I think President Matassa is a huge success. Thank you.
Now I'd like to ask Joey Tomplay to come up with Saks Western Store.
First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me, man. I was very honored yesterday when Kyle called me. I'm Joey Tomplay, General Manager of Saks Western Store. I've been working there since 1972. And Gail Bro, which is passed on, it opened the store in '68. We at Saks has always been built on service. That's our motto at Saks. And when Lamar Dixon came into the picture with us being a Western and feed store and everything, I thought he was a great asset to the parish. And as it continues on and everything, events coming in from the State Livestock Show, State High School Rodeos, the equine events, the Extreme Rodeo, I'm telling you, in the last 5 to 6 years, our business, when those are here at Lamar Dixon, our business is anywhere from 15 to 20% increase that week or that month. And it's a big asset to us, and it's a big asset to Ascension Parish. Also, when I talk to people outside the state of Louisiana, that Montana, that I order stuff from Montana Silversmith, Justin Boot Company in Fort Worth, they know what Lamar Dixon is. The equine industry knows. And I think as it get in, we'll get some major shows. Also the bovine, which consists of the Burma Association, the Angus Association, Charolais Association, all these people. They want to come here, I promise you. They want to come here and do their national shows, not just a state show. They want to do a national show. So I want to thank Kyle for inviting me. The tourism has really done a great job of promoting Saks, because I got a lot of time people say, well, I hear about you through the M2, that we own there. And also I got a little talk radio deal with Roland Doucette on Saturday morning, that when I end the show, I say, come get your Western on.
Thank you, Joey. Our next speaker is the Lieutenant Governor, Billy Nungesser. Billy started his company, General Marine Leasing Company, in 1991 with a $7,500 loan and grew it into a $20 million company. In 2002, Louisiana Life magazine named him one of the state's top CEOs. In 2005, Nungesser and his wife, Cher, rode out Hurricane Katrina at their ranch in southern Plaquemines Parish. And in response to his own frustrations over the slow response from government from following Hurricane Katrina, Billy decided to run for Plaquemines Parish. Can't seem to get that out today. Plaquemines Parish president in 2006 and was reelected in 2010 with more than 70% of the vote. On April 20th, 2010, Plaquemines Parish became ground zero for the nation's biggest environmental disaster, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion in the Gulf of Mexico, and Billy became the first face of Louisiana's frustrations. Following the oil disaster, he wanted to work with all of Louisiana, and in 2015, he was elected Louisiana's Lieutenant Governor. He is now second in command in the executive branch and Louisiana's ambassador as Commissioner of the Department of Cultural Recreation and Tourism. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser.
Oh, thank you very much. You didn't have to read all of that. I've heard it 100 times. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for being involved in tourism. I truly have the best job in the world, working with the most incredible people that have such love and passion as you do here in your parish, in this arena, in your Weston store. Tracy, your passion and love and energy, it flows over throughout the parish and throughout the state, and it is a true honor to work with you. Kenny, there's not many parish presidents. I hope they all eventually get it as you do. The importance of tourism, your commitment to this facility, which is the rock that this whole area breathes on. And Kyle, for this great facility. I've been here many times, and each time I come, I'm more impressed by the staff, the ability, and the product you put forth. So it's a real pleasure to work with you. And Joey, I look forward to coming out and visiting your facility when you're completely rebuilt from the fire. And thank you for your passion and your support of the industry. This facility is going to play a major role in our program this year to promoting the great outdoors of Louisiana, hunting, fishing, and all the horse industry. I've got to tell you, for the first time, we had all of the horse industry in one room, and they didn't kill each other. We had every group, and we said, look, we don't want to fight. We want to decide how do we take advantage of these beautiful arenas, both in a statewide circuit, national, international shows, and yes, the state wants to put some money behind them and make them happen. I truly believe that if we become a major sponsor of these type events, we can get other people to come to the table when they see the State of Louisiana Tourism Office supporting those. So I'm looking forward to working with this facility and with the tourism folks here to see what else we can do to make sure you have no open days in this facility. This year has been a great year for tourism. We had another record year. For the last couple of years, we talked about the $800 million in taxes that you and I didn't have to pay. Well, this past year, we topped $1 billion in taxes collected by tourism across the state. That's $1 billion that you and I didn't have to pay in taxes that people left here. And those 46.7 million visitors that left that here is a great thing for the state of Louisiana and the budget. And we have to continue to work with the legislators to make them realize that 40-to-1 return on investment that we get from tourism and continue to work hard at that. I want to also mention Homer's House. Not only has this been a great draw with all the other plantation homes, but he has hosted so many dinners for the international visitors that come here. And with the outlet mall here being a big draw, he has been a great partner. And the reason I mentioned, not only is he my cousin, but he has been nominated for Best Tourist Attraction in the state. And if you want to have the best tourist attraction voted here in your parish, you need to go to USA Today's website and vote for Homer's House to be that #1 attraction in the state of Louisiana. It'll make it into the USA Today and even bring more tourism folks to your parish. I also today want to touch on a couple things that I need your help with. You've got a card on your table, Ambassador. There's no way we can afford to go around the state and take pictures or videos and talk about all those unique special things all over the state to promote and sell to the world. But you can do that. Over 2,000 people have already signed up, and we've got some incredible posts and things that will bring people into your community, whether it's a picture at the Weston Wear or an event out here, someone talking about the great facility or the horse show. Post them, we'll share them with the world. You'll get a Bayou Crew sticker in the mail, and then as you get more and more posts, we'll have prizes of shirts and hats and all kind of things to promote Louisiana and it will truly help us sell Louisiana around the world other than just the big cities. Another thing I want to mention is the Bass Trail. Great opportunity with the facility y'all have here. We're encouraging people to take their kids and go fish the different lakes in Louisiana and get kids outside the house and get around and stay at a state park or go stay in one of the cities and visit a state park and take your kids fishing to fish the Louisiana Bass Trail. We have the #1 bass lake in the country 2 years in a row at Toledo Bend. In the whole country, right here in Louisiana, for the second year in a row. Great opportunity for us to get our kids out there and get them in the fishing and move around the state. Thing that plays right into that is another thing I need your help with, staycation. I go to North Louisiana and I talk about all the plantation homes and the great things to see here, and I need you to make one weekend that you would normally go to the Gulf Coast or go out of town, encourage your friends and families to go see a part of Louisiana you've never seen. There's an incredible things all over this state. I've given 186 speeches in my first year in office, and I got to tell you, every place I go has something new and exciting to offer, and that's the great thing about this job. I get to see all these places. Kevin, I just was bragging on your place and asked everybody to vote for you for #1 attraction. Congratulations on being nominated. Now, I've got to mention one other thing because we need a little help with the legislators. We were able to get our bill out of the Senate and goes to the House. But we are creating a Culture, Recreation, Tourism Foundation. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our properties and our state parks to make money. See, I wish I had all the money to do all the improvements we need all over the state to make our attractions the best they could be. But the facts are we're never going to be at the top of the list in Baton Rouge. And we shouldn't be. I had education, health care. We're going to have to always be behind those things. So the arts and a lot of the tourism things that we need fall through the cracks. By forming this foundation, we're going to use our properties to make money. We own 500 acres on Lake Pontchartrain right next to Fontainebleau State Park. We've already got interest from people to build a resort conference center. They did it in one state park in West Virginia. It brought in $50 million. We own a building in the middle of the French Quarter where we store art. We don't need to store art in the middle of the French Quarter. Someone's going to build condos or a hotel. We'll do a 99-year lease, and we'll have millions coming into this foundation that can only be used for culture, recreation, and tourism. We will set up a board that will have grant programs for improvements, for education, for arts, anything that we decide is needed under the Lieutenant Governor's office, and that will be the top priority of that money. But we're also looking for you to come up with some creative ideas of what we can do in those state parks. We've already got a gentleman clearing trails at Bogachita. He's moving some stalls into the park and do horseback riding. We're looking for somebody that wants to do zip lines. In Alabama, a company went in and put in zip lines. They give $500,000 to the park system each year just for those zip lines. So I'm sure there's some great ideas here in your parish, private-public partnerships. But one thing we will not do, we will not allow anything to go into that state park that hurts local business. We won't let someone go in there and unfairly compete with one of your local businesses. It's going to have to be a win-win for the state park and for your community to bring more people into your community. So be thinking about those partnerships and what we can do. And I want to also mention, because of the international visitors, we are going to put a lot of effort in getting those international visitors with those direct flights from Frankfurt and now to London that are going to land in New Orleans. We are putting a lot of effort in how do we get those people to get out of New Orleans and see the rest of Louisiana. And we know those international visitors stay longer, spend more money. They love to come to the mall here, go to Homer's house, and see all the attractions. So it's a great opportunity to really grow tourism and I'm excited about it for your parish. Last and not least, Kyle will kill me if I don't recognize the incredible amount of work his team has put together on creating this virtual reality, the 360. So before you leave, please put one of those headsets on. It's the latest, greatest technology for us to take all of those tours to shows all over the world to where you really get a feel under your feet of what it's like to be on a swamp tour. And we look forward to working with your tourism folks to do more videos and using that equipment to really inspire people to come visit your community. Thank you for what you do for tourism, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, and I would like for you to take this
Oh,
as a token of our appreciation for being here.
Thank you all.
And I'd like to also welcome up our Miss Gonzalez Jambalaya Queen, Holly Stelly.
I want to thank y'all so much for having us here and letting us serve y'all jambalaya. I had the honor of traveling this entire year, going to every fair and festival here in the state of Louisiana. There is so much that you have not seen. I guarantee you. Go. I take this challenge. Go. Try something different. Step out your comfort zone. And definitely look up the fairs and festivals that we have to offer because it's so great. And you truly don't know what you're missing out on until you go and experience it. So thank y'all so much for having us, and I hope y'all enjoy the jambalaya.
I'd like to take this time to thank all of our officials, tourism partners, and friends and family for your support in tourism. Also, thanks to the Jambalaya Festival Association for being here today and serving the best jambalaya. Mike Wagaspak with the music and Lamar Dixon for hosting this event. I'd like to also thank my staff, Kylie, Tina, and Allie for working so hard to put this together. So thank you all for coming to help us celebrate National Tourism Week this year.